I'm Dana Cowley, and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. Today's segment, we're going to be looking at some of the steps that City Council leaders plan to take in 2014. My guest today is a newly elected City Councilman, John Trumbo. And while he's new to this position on the council, he's not new to the city process. He's been a journalist for nearly 40 years, and during his 8 years with the Tri-City Herald, he covered the City Council for at least 400 events. John, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dana. I appreciate that.
What are your thoughts about creating jobs in this area, and what do you think is a family wage job, in your opinion?
Well, a family wage job is a phrase we hear often enough in discussions at City Hall or even at the state level. But I'm concerned whether we really know what a family wage job is. And in my mind, at least for a starting point of discussion, it needs to be a wage that will support a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children. Now that can shift a bit. I know the census would bring that number down closer to 2.5 or 2.6. But still, I believe that we need to have a job out there that will support more than one person. And most of the jobs that I think get counted as jobs for a community are not those kinds of jobs.
When you Google and look what the average income is in the country, varying place to place, it's kind of sliding around $45,000 to $50,000. So this area earns more money than that on average because of all the federal money.
Yes, and the fact that we have a very well-paid base of employment out at the Pacific Northwest National Lab, where I think, are we still in the state per capita the highest PhDs of any county in the state?
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
We have a lot of well-educated people.
We have highly educated and well-paid people, true.
And you're interested in helping build some industry here.
I think that other than just jobs in general, we need to focus on providing a base for creating those jobs. And as I look at it, the city of Kennewick needs to aggressively pursue industrial jobs. And that means developing the land south of I-82 in the city, which, if successful with an urban growth area adjustment, we would be able to attract industries that could provide, I think, family wage jobs. The problem, of course, is that you need to have the land inside the urban growth area. That's the first challenge. But once that's there, then you have to provide the infrastructure. I think that can be done with a little creative thinking, such as was used by Marie Mosley, our city manager, and the city council with the local revitalization financing for Southridge. So if you take that plan and you put it on that urban growth area, we would be able to get that infrastructure in place. It's important because those jobs will provide the wages and the property tax base that will be necessary to fill the void when Hanford starts to ratchet down. Keep in mind that Hanford produces about $2 billion a year for new money in the community, and that the lab, Pacific Northwest National Lab, brings in about $1.2 billion. Curious it is that the retail sales for both counties, 4 cities, is about $3 billion a year. So if you see that $2 billion from Hanford start to slide away, what's going to replace those dollars to keep the retail base strong? That's what Kennewick has had as its success for a long time. Without that money,
disposable income.
Without that money, the retail is going to suffer.
That's right. John, thank you for sharing your ideas and coming to join us. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is John Trumbo. He is Kennewick City Council's newly elected member. I'm Dana Cowley, and you're watching Charter Local Edition Northwest.